Ladies and gentlemen, today we will talk about that you like so much speaking parts, okay? This is the speaking page that I will try to speak and then we will try to look at and try to find the words and then daily speech, daily usage of the words, sentences, what can we learn about? First of all, I just want to show you a picture as you see from the board. And then, okay, this is the picture that we see. Okay, what do you feel? Okay, this kind of picture. First of all, I'll ask you that. Okay, the picture is related about what? Okay, yes, Ahmed, thanks a lot for your answer. And this picture is about the tools that is used in old times, maybe, right? So, is there anyone who has ever seen this kind of tool? Yes, yes, at home. Yes, and yes, of course, your father may be using these kinds of tools, the keyboard. Maybe now you are using a keyboard, but this is a typewriter that the old people uses. What is it for? What is it for? Can you just tell me about what is it used? Okay, of course, it is used for writing books, maybe, right? About writers. So it can be used for the letters, writing the letters to anyone. So it can be, for example, you are doing some homework, maybe in a university, and then you must write, you must prepare some kind of writings, letters, essays, maybe, by using this typewriter. Okay, it's an old machine, but so useful and used ages. Okay, so guys, for example, there are some, yes, keys on it, and then that's on it. There are some letters. Do you know how to use it? Okay, did you try any in that one? Yes, you are just pressing a little bit hard. Yes, and then you are pressing this kind of thing, and then the paper just going the left part or right part sometimes, and then you're writing the letters comes from here, and then suddenly hits the paper on it, and the paper goes down, and while you are writing step by step. Okay, guys, this kind of tools. Okay, do you have do you remember any kind of tools that's used before but not used now? It is used, so it's used before but now we don't use. Do you have any ideas? Yes. I'll show a part of that. For example, these are the tools that's used in the past but now we don't use that. Okay, for example, in this picture, what do you see? Do you remember something or do you hear something about these ones? Okay, this is, for example, for what? Yes, for bell. Yes, bell ring. For the lesson bell. So the classroom bell, for example, if you have a lesson, one of the students will be a duty, and then he will just what? Shake the bell, and then it makes a sound, vibration sound, and the students understand that the lesson is about to start, right? So guys, is there any tools that you remember? What about this one? Yes, this one is stove. Yes, the old one. We don't have an AC or any other tools that we use for for heating ourselves. But the stoves, okay, you're just putting some wood or some coals on it, and then it makes we just hit warm in the classroom, right? So these were used in the classroom as well. Is there anything? What about this one? Do you remember this one? Yes, we have seen for what? For just making some words. Okay, look at this, the old classroom here. Okay, the old classroom. Let me just show you that. Okay, the old classroom was like this. Okay, for example, these are called tables, and the same, right? So this is the stove that to work the classroom as well, and this is the board. It's not board like it was smart board. It was like blackboard. It was called blackboard that you can use just some chalks to write on. Yes, as you see, there are some parts. The doors are the old ones, and then is there anything that you differ? For example, maybe the electric only one electric bulb here. Maybe sometimes they were using some candles, right? So this is the topic that we will write. All types of tools that we are using. Okay, now I want you to look at the words, the impressions, the expressions that we use here. For example, useful language one. It is some kinds of, okay, do you use this expression in your life? Is it some kinds of a little bit different from the one that we have learned, right? So can I get some examples by using this expression in your daily life? Yes? Is it some kind of lyrics? Yes, maybe also. What about I have messed it up? So I have messed it up. Maybe you are not family, but I have messed it up is useful. Is useful. Is that anyone? Yes, is useful. For example, you confuse some of the things, and then you are just telling, I just messed up. Okay, right? So like this, you mean, for example, you are showing that some of the tools like these. For example, you use like this, you mean. So, for example, like this, you mean. So you are just want to give the meaning by using this one also as well. What you do is you are just describing what the one next to you should or need to do to maybe start an activity, to or start an NG maybe, right? So what about you'll have to? You'll have to do, for example, in the feature you are talking about the feature, and you have to do something, okay? In the future you have to, for example, prepare some of the presentations, okay? In the university as well, okay? These are the expressions, okay? So what we will do that? We have learned the meaning of that. So I want you to put these ones, first of all, in the gaps here, in an article we have, in the dialogue. So which part is useful for? So let me just open, for example, okay? Sorry. First of all, just try to just give the words or give the names of the tools, okay, in the text in the dialogue. Cable, okay, you know cable means, yes. Can you show me the table cables? Yes, this is a kind of cable, as you know. What about display, for example? These are belongs to the new age, new technologies, but we will learn. Display, yes, it's a kind of display. The smartphone, all the technological tools that has displays, right? So ink is the liquid that is used for writing, maybe for example, this is a pen, right? In the pen, as you see, you can just put some inks. This is the ink. Because of the ink that you can write, right? What about keys? Okay, there are two types of keys, right? For example, that you are using for the maybe doors, to open the door or to lock the doors. And then plug, for example, these are the plugins. Can I show you that? Or somebody can show me that. These are the plugs that you see. You're plugging something, and then the electrical device just starts to work. What about speaker? We have a speaker here, maybe. In the back side of the soundboard, there are some speakers that you can hear the voice very well, right? So I want to show you the picture of that. For example, the cable, these are the cables, as you see. There are lots of kinds of the cables that are used for different purposes. And then display, this is the display that the screen of the parts of the technology, maybe the laptop or the 3D display. This is the first part of the scene. Yes. What about ink? Inks are the one that enables you to write something, right? So the plugs are here, as you see. These are the plugs that we are plugging to start to get electricity from the wires. Speakers, we are familiar with the speakers that we are using at home as well. And old school materials that we are using, these are old school materials. For example, let's talk about it, just the family with the types of it. For example, what we use it for? These are all kinds of desk and then. What about for? This is the kinds of map. Always we are using we still use this kind of maps on our classrooms. What about this one? This is the word map to understand well. Sometimes the geography teachers are using this kind of tools as well. Okay, for example, is there any different tools that comes to you in your mind? What is it for? We understand it from the one. Yes, do you remember something from these ones? These are supposed to teach the students what? To teach the students the numbers. For example, we are just taking the 1 here, and then we're just counting 1,